Hi everyone, thought I would come on and do a little bit of late night crafting. So I've got my little envelope journal thing here. I need to finish this. I've got 10 days to finish this in. It needs to be done by the end of the month, so I better get to it. So the last you would have seen, I finished covering all the pages and the cover in the old book pages. So the next thing I'd like to do is I've decided to put some matte medium over the cover, especially to seal it. I must get used to using my matte medium and my PVA more for this sort of thing, because I love to use the Helmer's glue because it holds everything really well, but you always get the little bits that stick up. So that's why I decided I would seal it. Now I have gone through and inked, I think, around the edges of all the pages. And I think, yeah, it looks like I've inked around the outside of the cover too, so the matte medium might react with that, but that doesn't bother me. I'll ink again afterwards if I need to. So I thought while I am doing that, I have this Tim Holtz tissue paper, the typography one. So I might actually put some bits and pieces of that around the place as well, because I think that'll look quite nice in some areas, just to break up the look of the paper. I might just take a bit of this off. I'm sort of hoarding it. I use the tiniest little bits. I'm like that with everything. So it'll last me forever. Just going to rip it up into a few bits. Then I can rip it into smaller bits as I go. So I have this Ranger matte medium that I'm going to give a go. It's only a tiny little bottle, so yes, I was looking at a whole lot of different ones online and they're quite expensive, and I thought for what I am going to do with it, I'll be going through a fair bit, so I don't really want to pay a whole heap, so I'll grab this one just to give it a go. And I have a little plastic spatula thing here. Yeah, I see Deb Rick's using this sort of thing. We'll see how I go. So it's my first time. Oh, just go sniff the stuff. I've got a bad habit of having to sniff stuff. So let's just see where we'd like to put some of this. Right, so I finished putting the matte medium onto my cover and I let it dry overnight, and it's a lot better now, so stuff works great. So after that I went in, and you might remember I've got the envelope that shows through here. So what I did was just paint that with some distress ink, and it's just made it not so bright, so it's distressed it a little. So I went down the middle of all the spots, and in my flip I did it up there and in there as well. So that's still a bit bright, so I might end up washi taping that in the future, but otherwise all the other pages aren't too bad now. So then I did a little bit of stenciling with this Kaiser Craft stencil. I think it's floral or something that it's called. So I just did some of that on the background down here and up here, just a little bit. And on that page as well, because it was really white. And then I found a picture that I cut out of one of my books and stuck that on after I inked it with some cheesecloth underneath. So that's where we're up to so far. So now I want to make a tag to slip in this window, and I do have just a blank tag that I cut out before on just your cardstock, your craft cardstock. So I'm going to use that. I've got another picture which I've inked up out of the book, which I think will look pretty cool. So I'm going to use that as well. Now first I want to put down, I think, some stamping on this so it's not so plain, because I'm going to let some of the background show through, and I have some music paper here that I might just put there, so it'll be something like that. But I actually like this colour of the craft cardstock sticking out. So, stamps, where are they? Good question. Just got a whole lot of stuff and now I don't know where it went. Got my stamp block. And I'm going to use, now I might just grab my ink because that's my oxide. I'm just going to use the walnut stain ink here for my stamping. And I thought I might try, just see where that goes. Could stick that down first actually, which I might do, and then we'll do the stamping. But we will ink around the edges of this. I think this is a stamp set I bought from the beautiful Pam from memory. I'm going to use this little, I'm attracted to that. I think that'll look nice down here. I don't know if it really goes with the sort of vintage thing, but I don't care. Just like to do what I feel like. So, got a bit of scrap paper here that I've been stamping on. I don't really need to ink the whole lot up, but I will anyway. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'll just put that down at the bottom there. Yeah, that's lovely. want to keep this tag pretty flat since it's slipping into that pocket. That's why I'm not doing much else to it. I think this will work for what I want. Put him off about there, I reckon. We'll see. We want him to show through the window, so I'm sort of guessing where I need to put him for him to show through the window, so good luck to me. Don't want him to cover our nice little border. Now, what I might do is I die cut some of these. I think they're the funky florals from Tim Holtz that I got from Auntie Vera. So I've got some of them there. I just die cut them out of my copy paper, tea-dyed copy paper, so they're very thin and fragile. But I kind of want something else on here, so I might try and stencil. It's just where do I want it is the next question. Maybe I'll stencil some there, see how we go. I might use my oxide for this. I'm just like dabbing it on so that because the stencil's so fragile, if I rub it I'm just going to make a mess. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now, I will do some of this up here, just in the background. Cut this down a bit. So I started watching another Netflix series last night. It has Uma Thurman in it. It's called Chambers. It's very interesting. I watch all the dark stuff. But yes, it's a fascinating one about a girl who has a heart transplant and then starts seeing what the girl that she got the transplant from saw and that. So I might watch some more of that afterwards. Now, we better cut off. Didn't even think to cut off the corner. That's all right, though. I was going to say, I probably got my stencil up where I'm going to cut it, but I haven't, so I'll trim it off now. I'm bumbling around a bit tonight. I haven't done much other than my scrap busting videos and haul videos for the last few weeks. I've got to get back in the swing of things. Now, do we want it kind of like it off centre like that? Yeah, and I like it straight, so I might put it on like that. go. So I should do the back before I do this. Not that it really matters. I might put a little, yeah, I might put a journaling spot back there. Although, we'll see how it goes in first, because I just remembered putting it in sort of back to front, so I might even put a picture on there. Let's have a look. Where's my folder? So let's see if it sits in there where we want it. So the idea is to put it in about like that. Oh my goodness, it sort of works. Yeah, that works good enough. I could just not put it in so far and then he sits. So that's looking all right. Goody goody. All right, so maybe we should just have a journaling spot on this side. So for that, I'll grab my box of goodies. It's up here right next to the camera. Sorry about that. That was probably noisy. And these are the ones that I sewed in my last scrap busting episode. I don't know if any of these, maybe one of these big square ones would go nicely on here. That doesn't look too bad. The darker one would be nicer, but I could ink it up because we sort of need a bigger one on here, don't we? So I might just add some ink. I think I like that side better. So I might just use that. That's what they're for. So I'm just thinking, do I want to trim this down a bit? I think I do. Bit of dangle's nice though. And I'm just going to colour it a bit. And then we'll go around the edges as well. So that's looking pretty good. I like that. Now we just want a tag topper for it. Thinking I do have a whole lot of fabric. Not sure if Fee gave me all of this or whether I got it from the shops or someone gave it to me, I think. Look at it, glorious bits. And I'm looking at that and thinking I quite like that. Something different. It's funny how you sort of go astray from, if you grab a whole lot of stuff and put it next to you, you try out different things. Because usually I just go for this bag when I want to do my tabs on something like this, which would look really nice too, but it might be a bit much, but I will. I like it. I'm just going to go hit the sewing machine and I will be back. Okay, so I finished sewing it. I only just sewed it on there. I only just had enough cotton. My cotton reel had run out. So I really like that. Pretty cool. So yeah, good use of my scrappy things. So that can be slipped in there now. So put it in about like that. I've got a little man in there. Now, we've got to do a Rita Donnelly flip somewhere, so maybe here would be good for that, since it's either there or... Actually, this one might be better. So I would want to put it there, so it can fold up that way. So I do have some music paper again, and I have some just plain paper here. Maybe we'll stick some of that together and make our square for our flip. Now I'll just cut this down a tad. Put it about there. And we'll see how it's going to fit. Now the font's not going to run the right way, which really triggers me, but what we'll do is embellish it and it shan't trigger me so much then. So I think that's a pretty nice size to sit there, and it'll flip up like that to be journaled on. So that's all right. So now we want to do something to make that look a bit better. Also, I've got to decide what I want to do behind here, whether I want to stick something over here to be journaled on, which I might do. Might do some stenciling around the outside, stick a journaling spot on there so that it can be written on. We'll do the diamond flourish. That should be good. And then our flip's going to sit like that. So while I've got my oxide out, I will give this a bit of an ink. Now that fits a lot better, doesn't it now? So that will be that. Now, I'm thinking writing spot and a picture, because I like to be difficult for myself. Anyway, let's find something for a writing spot in my bag of scrappies. This almost looks like it would be what I want. I think so. Then this will go on like that. So I'll let this dry a bit more so it doesn't stick here anywhere. And then we can put that down, but of course we'd like to embellish that as well. Got some nice grungy scrappy bits in here. I might just use that bit. amazing how I can find stuff when it's all over the place like this. Grunge this up a bit because it's a bit too clean around the edges. Yeah, that's better. And I might do a stamp. I found this one, which is Kaiser Craft Cherry Tree Lane. Now, stamp block, where are you? I'm going to do a secondary stamp of it. Yeah, that didn't come up much. I will do a first stamp of it. Come up real dark on the paper. Oof, don't like that much now. That's all right though. We can stick stuff over it. Crinkle it up just a little bit. Now we've got a stamp. We'll stick that on, and that sort of takes away from my poor stamping effort a little bit. Now I'll just find my scrap lace bin. See if there's anything in here we'd like to add. Got this stuff which I like putting on this sort of thing, so got a few smaller bits. So let's just check we don't prefer one of these other stamps on here. I think we'll stick with the one we've got. Make an executive decision. So it's good, at least I'll have my Rita Donnelly flip done. Remove all this crud. Stuff everywhere. So we'll be setting that down like that. So I might put that on now. So we're going to leave it so it's a tuck in there, of course. So we'll just glue these sides. That's got that Rita Donnelly flip done and on there. It'll do for now. Just let that dry. Now I do have one last thing before I go. Is there are some more stamps under my big mess here. Oh, I found them. I'll have to show you the big mess afterwards. Then you'll understand why it's hard for me to find them. Might try Yeah, let's give it a go. Don't know if I've used that one before either. These are the Pastime Craft stamps that I got for, I think they were $4 at the cheap store. Yeah, $4 at Browsing and Save. Don't know if they still have them or not. I think they were the first stamps I ever got for my journaling. And I use them heaps, these ones. They're really good, which I'm surprised about. And that finishes that off nicely, I reckon. All right, so I think that's it for me for tonight. I've made enough mess, which I will show you. All right, hopefully I don't make you seasick. So yeah, that's what you see. And that's next on that side. And then that is where my stamps were under. And that's why I giggle trying to find stuff. But I'm sure all your desks look the same as well. So anyway, take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.